Yeah, and today's topic is a practical demonstration on ECR. So let's see what ECR is exactly and how can we, yeah, Docker containers to deploy, manage, and scale applications in cloud. Perfect, Ananya. So ECR is just like Docker Hub. I mean to say, a Docker Hub contains Docker images, but a Docker Hub by default it creates a public repository so that everyone can access, but ECR is a service provided by AWS. As we are looking into AWS, we look into topics through which we can be wholly dependent on AWS. Previously we have seen AWS code pipeline, but if we do it generally we would use Jenkins or SonarQube, such kind of tools. As we are depending on AWS, we try to use AWS tools. Or if you want to set up a database, you can set up AWS DynamoDB, like these kind of things. As we are working locally, we install MySQL on a local system. But if you want to totally migrate to cloud from on-premises, we choose these kind of services. So Docker is a method of containerizing. So I'll log in into my AWS account. Okay, what I'll do, uh, yeah, ఇప్పుడు నాకు డాకర్ అన్ని ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి కాబట్టి నేను లోకల్ సిస్టంలో చేయను, ఆల్రెడీ నా దాని డాకర్ ఉంది. మీరు కొత్త వాళ్ళు ఎలా చేసుకోవాలి అనుకుంటే మీకు ఒక EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, అంటే ఒక వర్చువల్ మెషిన్లోకి వెళ్ళి దాంట్లోనే అన్ని ట్రై చేస్తాం. సేమ్ రిమోట్ లాగిన్ అయ్యి అన్ని క్రియేట్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తాం. ECR demo, okay, and I'll choose Ubuntu. Then, okay, am I sharing my screen? Yeah. So I have a key pair ready. I'll select it. Yeah, I have an ECR key pair. I have tested it previously, so I'm proceeding with that. Here I need to specify a rule because మనం ఈ పర్టిక్యులర్ EC2 ఇన్స్టాన్స్లో పైథాన్ అప్లికేషన్ అనేది డిప్లాయ్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి, అంటే యూజింగ్ దట్ మన పైథాన్ అప్లికేషన్ ఒక పోర్ట్లో ఎక్స్పోజ్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి వీ నీడ్ టు ఆల్సో గివ్ దిస్ పోర్ట్. I'll click on edit. Okay, I'll add a new security group rule. Port range I'll give 5000. Then it's fine. Hope everything is good. I think you remember about electronic block storage. I told you, right? Just like our computer has a hard drive, here also you can borrow hard drives. So you can add a new volume if this 8 GB 3 root volume is not enough. You can also add a new volume. Then okay, this is optional for this class, but you might require this when you're working practically. Okay, hope everything is clear. I'll click on launch instance. So before, yeah, it got launched, and what I'll do, I'll go and search for ECR. You see, you'll find ECR here, Elastic Container Registry. I'll open this directly. So here you'll be shown an option, create a repository. I'll just click on create repository. You can do this in this way, or you can do this through your EC2 instance. Let's try to do this from our CLI itself. We have seen AWS CLI in our previous class, right? So let's use that directly. I'll click on this. Yeah, I got my public IP. I'll just connect to my EC2 instance. Mobile XTERM. You know, right? This all process. Username. Use your private key to connect. Okay, I got connected to my EC2 instance. Now let's go step by step. Let's do what can we do in the first step. Our first step is to install Docker in this in our server. So this is our server, right? I'm not using my local system. I'm using a system provided by AWS. So let me click my first command, sudo apt get update. So you can also give sudo apt update. What is this get and what is this y? You might ask. So this y means accept everything. And that might ask you, right? Do you want to click on OK? Do you want to proceed? Click yes or no. So default I'm giving yes to everything. It will get updated. Okay. Our first step is to install Docker because we'll containerize a Flask application, right? To containerize, you need to have Docker because you will use Docker commands to containerize the Flask application, and that should be containerized into an image. Then you'll have a command called sudo apt get install docker.io. You'll go to docker.io and then install the Docker from there. Okay. Perfect. Docker got installed. Then what next? Let me give another command. Let's start our Docker. Okay. Then so don't worry about these commands. You'll learn them. Why is this command required? So I am giving this command whenever I turn off this EC2 instance and restart it again. So automatically Docker should be up and running. So for that I am giving this command. It is not showing any update right now, but you will understand whenever I restart this system. But for now I am not going to do that. Then so what I am doing is I am adding this Ubuntu user to Docker group. Okay, hope everything is fine. Now let's try to create an image. Let's run an image. Docker run. First, let me check if I have any images. Okay, sudo docker images. It shows no images. We don't have any images. Then, okay, sudo docker. What is that? Run global. Okay, it will install. See, hello from Docker. So Docker run means if it doesn't have that image, it will directly install and then it will run that. Okay, if I see Docker images now, I'll find an image. Okay, this is a basic step. Just don't worry. Okay, let me see how many people are in the class. Okay, it's fine. So let's try to quickly install. Yeah, we have installed Docker, right? Let's check. Okay, we have also checked it. So everything is perfectly configured. Now we have our EC2 instance and we have only Docker installed in our EC2 instance. That's fine. We have completed our step 1. Now our second step is to install AWS CLI. Let's do that. Again, I'll update. So to apply all the changes, I'll update this. You know, right, how to install AWS CLI. I'll just show it. Okay, I can't move this. Let's search something. Yeah, that's fine. I got a new tab. Then AWS CLI install. You click here, you'll get commands to install AWS CLI. So you know, right, if you remember previous class, we installed AWS CLI in a similar manner. We'll install this for Linux. Okay, you might ask, why are we installing AWS CLI? Because we are communicating with a resource on AWS directly, right? How can we do that? We can't directly use this terminal to communicate with that. To do that, you know, AWS CLI acts as a mediator between AWS and its API. I mean, this console and its AWS APIs. So we are using a mediator to communicate with our ECR. Now let's see what all the steps we have. Okay, I'll run this directly, copy paste. Hope it works. Yeah, let me install it. Sudo apt install unzip. Now I'll run this command, the same command. Yeah, this one. Okay, first let me unzip this. I have installed unzip, but let me do that. I have installed unzip. Then unzip AWS. Okay, then I'll run the above command. Perfect. Now I'll run AWS version. Try something called Python. Yeah. So AWS CLI has this all. So my AWS CLI is installed. We have completed two steps. First step is installing Docker. Then the second step is installing this AWS CLI. Now we have installed AWS CLI, but we have not established the connection between our terminal and AWS directly. So for that we need to configure our AWS, right? So I'll click AWS configure. So I'll be asked these all details. You know, right? What should I give here? So if I go to my account, here you'll be shown security credentials. So we should give few details to connect with our AWS CLI. Yes, I have this. Okay, let me go to my notes. I have the password also. Okay, open file. So I'll just copy paste these both. This is my user ID. And this is my password. So don't share these details with anyone. Default region name AP South 1, then default output I'll keep it JSON. Okay, I have everything configured. Now what should I do? Okay, our two steps are done. Step 1 is to install Docker locally. We have installed Docker. Then we connected with EC2. I mean, we connected with AWS CLI. Okay, you might get bored by now. What are we trying to do? We try to do a, you said we'll do a project, but you are showing these all configurations. Don't worry. Now we are coming to project part. I'll quickly open a file and quickly create a Python file. Okay, I'll type it. If you know Flask, you will relate. Okay, from Flask import Flask, then app equal to Flask under name, then create app.route, a basic file. Open hello from Flask and ECR. Okay, then if name equal to main, okay, sorry, app dot run first equal to, we'll keep it 0.0.0.0. Then I'll expose the port. Okay, port equal to 5000. Set. Okay, everything is perfect. What I'll do, I'll save this file. If I click on cat app.py, I'll be able to see this file and see whether if everything is fine or not. Okay, everything is fine. If I'm wrong, please correct me. At some part, yeah, everything is fine. Now we have our Python file. Now what we'll try to do is we'll try to create an image for this file. So you know how to to create an image. First we should create a Docker file, and using the Docker file we need to create an image. Let's try to do that now. Vim Docker file. Click I to start writing. So let's write our first Docker file from Python 3.9. Okay, why did I write this? Uh, just try to understand. I'm making the things much clear. So we are setting up our base OS and the software which should be run first. So this is our base OS as well as it has Python. So work dir, this means working directory. Where should our application go into? Like this should be our first directory, and within the directory everything should come. Then copy app.py dot. I mean, you need to copy this file into this working directory. Then run this command. You should run this command. Pip install Flask. So whenever someone is running this, first this image will be pulled, then this directory will be created, then this file will be inserted into this directory, then this will be run into the system. I mean, this all requirements will be installed. So these are the steps to be followed, and whenever we create an image and run, all steps will be executed one by one, and application is created and it will start running directly. I'll show that also. Expose 5000 means we have given it right previously, it should be running on 5000 while creating EC2 instance only we gave this, right? Yeah, this is that. Then This is the last command, but an important one to give because it shows what to run. See, if someone is familiar running Flask applications, they might connect with what I say. While running a Flask applications, you might give Flask run, right? So few people also give Python space app.py. So what this command does, this CMD splits this into two parts. I mean, it removes the comma and quotes and it executes as Python app.py so that app.py gets executed. Hope everything is clear. I'll click on escape, then colon WQ to escape this, and an exclamatory mark. Okay, hope everything is fine. Then what next? We have a Docker image, right? ls. So if I click on ls, I have these all things: Docker file, app.py, AWS, and these things. But for now, for our class, these both are important. Let's try to build an image from our Docker file. We have written a Docker file. You have also seen that. Okay. How to build an image and what is the command. We have already installed Docker, so that's the reason I have installed Docker previously to use this command. Okay, I need to also use sudo docker build -t flask. Okay, so what is this command? This command builds an image from existing Docker file. So we have a Docker file, right? If we don't have a Docker file, this command won't work. As we have a Docker file in our local system, we directly gave this command to run docker build -t flask app. So this will be our image name. Okay. So it takes some time to build the image. Okay, until then let's see this. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Not this one. I'll search ECR. If you see here, you will be not shown anything because we have not yet created an image. Even if we have created, it won't show anything, but if we push into our ECR registry only, it shows an image. So present we have not done it. For some confirmation, I'm just showing this interface now. Okay, yeah, it's done and it's tagged also. Sorry, I forgot to say. -t means we are tagging that Docker file with the image, with the image name Flask app. So what next? We have created our Docker file. We created an image out of Docker file. What's the next step? Now let's try to log in into our ECR. So how to log into ECR? I'll just show that. Create. Okay, let me create something. My Docker. I'm just creating it for no reason, just to get some commands. That's it. Create. Okay. If I click on this, see, I got few commands which I can copy paste directly. So I'll delete this, paste. Let me check if everything is good. Okay. Yeah, everything is fine. I'm just logging into my ECR account. Yes, login succeeded. Perfect. Then what I'll do is I'll create an ECR repo. For that, let me see. So I don't have any command to do that. Let me create by my own. I'll use these commands later, but just, yeah. So we have, okay, where did I go? Where is my ECR which I have created just now? Yeah, I should check it here. So you have one private repository which is my Docker. Let's create another repository. We have seen how to create a repository using UI. Now let's try to see how to create a repository from CLI. Yes, any doubt? Did someone unmute? Okay. Yeah. So for that, let's give a command AWS ECR. You might also get these commands from ChatGPT. Just don't worry. Repository repo name Flask app. So now we have an where is it? We have an repository called my Docker. But after running this command, you'll also have an repo called Flask app. You'll see the change soon. Region AP South 1. Okay. Hope it's clear. Okay, what's the error? I think we have missed something. Did I miss sudo? Let me check. Okay, what did I do? Let me check it. I'll take help of AI tool. What did I mess up? Did I mess up any command here? Okay, sorry. I'll just use this. I should use repository name. Okay, we have created a repository. Let's check it now. Do we have it ready? Yes, you can see here. Previously we had only my Docker, but we also have a Flask app here. Uh, let's try to copy the commands. Okay, now we also created a repository. Let's push our image into that repository. Present our repository is empty, right? You can't see anything in your repository, so you don't have any images here, but after running a command you'll also see an image here. Let's try to do that. Okay, do we have something? Can we get some help from this? Yes, we got a command. Let's execute it. Docker tag flask app latest. Okay, yes, perfect. I'll run this. Can't type. I think I should keep it sudo. Let me check. Okay, I'll push the image to ECR. Let me follow the same step here. Docker push. I'll copy paste. Okay, I'll get the same thing. Let me use sudo here also. I'll refresh this page. Will I get to see something? images to display. It's fine. What happened here? Okay, let me try. Now it's working fine. So I think our image got pushed into our repo. I'll refresh this. See, now we have our latest image in our repository. Now what I'll try to do is I'll try to pull this image and run. So that's a pretty straightforward process. So until now, what have we done? We created a Docker image and we pushed it into a repository. So the class, the project can end here, but our next step is very much interesting and important as well. If you want to pull an image from anyone's repository, how can you do that? And how can you run that image locally? So if you want to go to the next step, you can follow these steps. Docker pull. So I'll copy my account ID. Dkr dot ECR dot AP South 1 dot Amazon AWS.com Flask app latest. So I'm going to pull this. Oh, what happened? Okay, now I have pulled this image. I'll use this image and run the Flask application. So that's very straightforward command. We have done it previously. No, we haven't done. Yeah, we have done to run our hello world thing uh, in detached mode, and let me give this port 5000 Flask app. I'll run this. My God, I'm forgetting this sudo. Okay, what happened here? Failed to create task for container. Okay. Yeah, sorry guys, I forgot here in Docker file. I by mistake named it as capital P. So that's the mistake. Actually, it should be a small p. No worries, guys. If you try this, just I'll show it. Cat Docker file. If you see here, I named it as capital P, but it should be a small p. I messed up here. You can modify this. So this is the command which I messed up. Skip. Okay, where is it? So I think we should do this process once again. As time also is over. Okay, if possible, I'll do it. Just let me build the image again. We have a repository. Let me build the image again. I'll name it as this. Nothing much, just I'm just using the same commands which I have used there. Okay. Fine. The existing image will be replaced or another image will get created. Okay, now it should work good. Think I should go to my instance details. Don't worry if it doesn't run. You can try it. Not sure it will run. Yeah, it's not running. We messed up in this part. If we set up again everything, just change it to Python, it will run perfectly. But for now, hope you all understood how to do all the steps. So first what we did, we installed Docker in our EC2 instance. Then we installed AWS CLI. Then we established a connection with our AWS account. Then we created a Docker file. We created an image out of it. We uploaded, we created a tag for the Docker file. We uploaded that Docker file into ECR registry. I mean, we have pushed the image. Then we again pull the image and we tried to run, but due to failure in Docker file, the image didn't run perfectly. Just don't worry about it. It's all about the wrong command which we have given, but everything in the setup was perfect until now. You can just try it out on your own and just let me know if you have done that, if you are able to do that. If you have any doubts, please get back to me. Let's discuss in our next class or personally. So that's all for the class, guys. Hope you understood this, and thank you so much. Please ask any doubts if you have.